Deadhead, Houston. We are turning our camera on just so we can get everything, that's a safety hazard, everything situated and get what we need to. We'll start promptly at 7.
We hope.
Your channel.
I have this too if you'd rather have this.
Is this what you used the last time? Mama! What did you use? You're able to admin from there? Like block things? Hello, Kansas City, Texas, Park Ridge, Illinois. Amy says hi, Cash. Can you say hi? Hi. Wave. There you go.
It's not my dog.
That's not our dog, sorry. Okay, I need to mute this one. We're doing a video. Canada. Hello, hello. RV heading back to San Diego. That sounds fun. Stitchin 304 says hello. What? Stitchin 304 says hello. Oh. How do I get these off of here for you? Because you want to be able to see yourself, right?
I don't care.
I know, Baba. Whoopsies. Was it up there last time?
I don't remember.
Let me swap it so it's on mine.
No, maybe move over a little bit and I'll move over a little bit.
There we go. Is it good on there? You can do the comments? Oh, I can read the comments on here.
Why does the camera keep moving?
He's helping fix it because the pole's in the way. He's blocking the side of you. What?
Just watching it right there.
Don't watch it right there. I have to read the comments from here.
Can you put it up against your computer?
Nope, because I need this to read the questions. Florida, Susan, hello, hello. Stormy Kentucky. So it's dark and gloomy here. We really
It hasn't
can't
rained though.
tell. I told him to keep
And
his
it's kind of
pants on for
chilly.
this video.
She's got a
Is this the cash
sweatshirt.
show? Yes. I have a t-shirt on, sweatshirt. I have tennis shoes on.
It feels good. We've had a lot of 90s, so it feels good.
I don't know. It's very cold. Is this the cash show? Yes.
Isn't it always?
Deborah says happy birthday.
What?
Deborah says happy birthday.
Oh.
Say thank you. He's playing a cornhole type of game that he got today, and it wasn't challenging enough just standing on the ground, so he had to get the step ladder. Are you gonna be careful?
Huh?
We've got 3 minutes until we start, so we're gonna start at 7. He's so cute. Thank you. You can borrow him.
This chair is like lopsided.
It's just because you're short.
No, it's the ground is lumpy. And the grass is green now from the last time that we did the video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes,
but it was green when we did the yard tour.
Make sure you grab something to stitch or something to eat. He's pretty good at that. Somebody asked if his birthday was good. His birthday was a lot of fun. We got one of those wet, jumpy houses, and
It was like 97 degrees that day.
yeah, all of us went down. Well, except Mom, but all of us big kids went down the jumpy house. I bought so many bubblegum petunias, I think I've lost my mind. 2 full trays plus what I already have. Woohoo! Hi, Kimberly, you're not late. You can see the cornhole. You're not late. Yay, Cash has pants on. We haven't started the video yet.
He just got them on too.
Tell him to keep them on. Stitching Holly Jolly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Evelyn. Thank you. Say hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
2 minutes. And then it's go time. We need like Kimberly's introduction where it's like a
Yeah.
hey,
We're
yeah,
on a low budget.
there's no screaming.
No screaming.
Pick some raspberries so you can show your
Yep.
friends.
Eat some raspberries.
North Carolina just got the power back in Laurel Gwinnett. Well, I'm glad you got it back in time for our video.
Wow.
Just kidding. Yes, I will answer that, Joanne. Sydney, Australia. What time is it there? Or what day is it there? Is it tomorrow? Yeah.
Isn't it winter there now?
I have no idea.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
The sports are so cute. Hopefully you brought enough underwear. I have learned my lesson. We just got another pack yesterday too. Ooh, give a gallon bucket tip and filling with water.
Oh,
So
right.
it makes feeding the plants so much easier.
I just did mine today.
You got less than 1 minute. My boyfriend is behind the camera. He answers, or he's gonna pin the questions for us, and he makes sure that there's no yicky people in there, like talking about body parts and stuff. Hello from hot Texas, New Zealand.
Wow.
Woo! Turning in from bed. Hi, thank you. Venice, Florida, 10 a.m. and freezing in Australia.
So it is winter.
Yes, and it's tomorrow.
Wow.
That's awesome. Okay, it's 7. Hello. So we are excited to be here. We're going to answer questions, and this time you can ask as we go. I've taken all the questions that you have asked in last week's garden tour.
Yes.
So that was the last day of June that we were able to get that in. The grass was finally green because we had some rain. Do not jump off of there. All right, so Heather asked, my tomatoes are getting blossom and run. I've tried adding tomato tone, not sure how often I need to add it. Any other suggestions?
What is that from? Is it from too hot? And not, the watering is not
Consistent or
right.
deep?
Right.
So tomatoes typically like deep watering. So they like less watering, but less times watering.
A
but-
week.
Right, but deeper
More
saturation.
at one time.
Tomatoes are also sweeter when you don't drown them. So I would first try that. Blossom enra, it might be a lack of calcium too. I
Okay.
always ground up eggshells, so I would crack my eggs for breakfast in the morning, dry them up, and then you can spread them around the bottom of your tomato, and that helps. There's also supplements that have that in there. Rana, do you ever plant more petunias in your planters to fill in? I always have trouble with the middle of my planters becoming flat and stringy.
If you trim off the bottom of them, and if you use super petunias, you won't have that problem at all.
Yep. Kipper Knitter, do you put anything on your tomatoes to keep away pests?
So I don't think I've ever had one of those tomato hornworms. Now I'm going to say that, and they're going to be there tomorrow. But
Okay. He's got to wash his hands, guys. He got bubbles on him.
make sure you shut the door so the cat doesn't get out. But I do have the problem with pests as far as my ornamental cabbage. I have those little worms, and what else did I tell you? I have those fleas. What are those fleas called?
Aphids?
No, some kind of flea beetle.
Oh, I have aphids, I think. I have to do some research. I've never had them in my life. And then I have 2 dwarf tomatoes that have different things on them. So I have to do some research with that. But yeah, it's hard with that. But with little pests, you can put the eggshells also help with that because they like scrape themselves along that and hurt themselves. Somebody just said that they did a hornworm to their chickens, and I used to do that all the time. Okay. All right, those. Ooh, good.
I don't have any chickens, so I wouldn't have anybody to feed them to.
She wouldn't get it off the plant. Are you
just have to
kidding me?
smush it.
No, you wouldn't though. They like crunch so bad. If you don't know what a tomato hornworm is, you need to go look it up. They're the nastiest
I've
things.
had to pick up dead animals with a shovel because of your little sister over here. So I can pick up a hornworm.
Kim Patterson said with aphids, it helps to hose them down, so that's
Right.
helpful. Erica says,
But then that's like defeating the purpose, because then you're not supposed to water overhead on tomatoes. So it's like two wrongs. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Victoria, can you please tell me how you planted the deadheads of your Monrovia, some believable plants, and had new ones grow? You mentioned it in the video.
So the whole back of the patio, when I would deadhead them, I would just throw them down on the ground in that planter, and they grew. So, but the thing is, they're not the little plants that the Unbelievables are.
Okay. He'll help you.
They're a little bit bigger, but they have the same flowers, and I think that they do something, when they're propagating them or whatever, to make them the little squat things, and mine are bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't
But I have a
necessarily
lot of
think
them
that
coming
it's 100% that is going to happen, but it was lucky that it did.
Mm-hmm. And you
Sally,
could also pull those off, because I pulled them off and I planted them. A bunny
Yeah.
just ran underneath there.
sit. That's the live video. We're going to run around chasing the bunny while she tries to bop it on the head. All right. Sally, do you cover your hydrangeas with burlap in the winter to help from frost?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't do anything to them.
No. Sunnybeam, when you plant zinnia seeds in a pot, how many do you plant? I may have put too many in my pots.
Well, you can always thin them out, but I just kind of a handful.
She does. She shakes the whole dang package. Erica, do you prune your tomato plants? Any tips for getting more out of your harvest? Yes. So I did so much research on this. And now it's because I have like 3 tomato
Right,
plants.
but they say that you might get more tomatoes if you don't prune. But it's easier to get diseases if you
don't
prune. If you don't prune.
Oh, that's the dog. I thought that was a huge bunny over here. So
No, the bunny went that way. She went that way.
I have always heard that you're supposed to prune your tomatoes.
I haven't done such a good job of it this year.
You want to make sure, if you're not going to prune them, if you're going to let them go wild, that's fine. But make sure that you prune around the base, because the more leaves that are touching the soil, the more you can get soil-borne diseases on there, like blight. The little black dots and the yellow leaves, that's blight, and that's going to travel all through your plant. It can also transfer to the next plant. So if you're not going to prune, that's fine. Just make sure you prune around the base. You also want to make sure that your tomatoes have a lot of airflow, because again, if it rains or if it's just hot and humid, you're watering from the top and your leaves don't have time to dry, you can create those diseases as well. DC Wishy, do you get rid of your ornamental cabbage every year? Yours are beautiful.
Yes. They wouldn't last through the winter. But they did last, I think it was December before they were finally done.
Yeah.
And I had snow on one of them that was out here in the raised beds, and it was like, it was huge. It became like stair steps, and there was snow on it. It lasted so long.
Carol, when I water my marigolds, which are in pots, grasshoppers jump out. Are they harmful to the plant? I've noticed a lot more.
I think so.
I don't like bugs. I guess I just don't like
Aren't grasshoppers what ate like the whole Kansas wheat crop one time or something?
I don't know.
Isn't that true?
We'll see in the comments.
It made like a famine, or I don't know.
Rebecca, do you know? Rebecca, do you prune your? I need you to get on Google. Do you prune your hydrangeas in the winter?
No.
In the winter, no. You leave them.
You leave them until the very end of winter, beginning of spring, when it's not going to freeze anymore.
Crystal, my super petunias are turning brown.
Oh no!
I only water them once a day. Any thoughts?
Brown,
Are you deep
the
watering?
leaves or the brown on the? And where do you live? Is it hot?
Linda, as someone new to growing pretty flowers, how do you deadhead your plants? A lot of hers she doesn't. She buys low maintenance types of plants.
Right. So I used to buy the cheap $5
Wave petunias?
No, 2 for $10 baskets at Home Depot every Memorial Day weekend. I would go there and I would buy 40 baskets or something. Right. And I was constantly having to deadhead them. They were constantly looking bad. So I started buying Proven Winners plants. And the difference is amazing.
You're welcome. play with me. All right. But if you buy those cheaper petunias, you're gonna. Ugh, the thought of deadheading those makes me
Hold
just.
her for a second. I'm going to show them something.
Papa.
Can they see this?
Yeah, they
so
can see.
This has never been deadheaded. How they've designed these plants is that the new blooms come out further than the dead ones. So they call it burying the, I don't know, maybe dead or whatever. But look at this. It's huge.
Look at it. It's huge.
There's 3 plants in there.
Sharon, do you save your zinnia seeds?
No, I never have.
I used to, yes. I don't know where all my, oh, you wanted to hold her. All my, I'm so upset. All of my, so I have a storage unit and I mean, it is like Tetrised in there and my seeds must have gone in there somewhere. We could not find it. We went there twice looking for them and I just gave up. But yes, I have some somewhere. Patricia, what plants are you growing in the 2-wire cages at the end of the rows?
Green beans, because the rabbits keep eating them. I had a whole bunch of beans on the edge here with no cover, and they
They're
had
gone.
beans that were just about ready to eat. They ate the whole plant.
Woo! Crystal, I'm struggling with radishes. Any advice? Radishes,
I think it's too late for them right now.
they need
They need
cooler
cooler
weather.
weather, spring or fall.
Yes. You, those are the quick ones. Yeah, beets are longer. Radishes you like to do right in the beginning of the season because they're like a 20-day period where they're
Or you
good
can
to
plant them in towards the fall too, and you get
Yes.
fall crops.
eat. Inherited stitches, do you like to grow roses? She does.
I love roses, and I would love to have a really pretty climbing rose, but they're really hard. And
They're a lot of maintenance.
yeah, and I've told it before, when I moved into this house, there was over 100 roses in this yard. And every year, like 10 of them would die, and I'd have to replace them. And then I was just over it. So they all left, except for 3.
Yes.
Why?
He can't right now.
I have 2, like a wild rose type-ish thing, the old-fashioned ones, and then one over there, and that's it.
She just got rid of one over here though that only blooms once every 2 years.
Other year, yeah,
What's the point?
yeah.
And it has pricklies, so it just stabs you the second year and
Can you
it's
come here
pretty.
and sit with me?
No.
All right, stop crying and whining.
Patricia wants to know, can you go over what you do when you are fertilizing?
So I get my 5-gallon bucket. I'm not doing my vegetables right now with the fertilizer because I've been using the, what's that stuff I use? Espoma powder
Yeah,
or granular. What's it called?
granular.
And then for my flower pots, all my annuals. Cash. Shh. I can't even think. So, can you go get him, please?
Yeah.
So the flowers, I use the Proven Winners water soluble fertilizer, and I do it once a week, and I put 5 of the spoonfuls into the bucket, and then I have a littler bucket that I pour into each one of my plants. And it depends on how many plants are in the container, how much I use.
Jenna says, I think I recall you saying that you freeze leftover basil to use in the winter.
Yes.
If so, can you easily explain the process for doing so?
Yes, and we did a video on it last summer, right? Or the summer before.
I think this
But it's to make yard sauce, and it was included in that video.
yeah. But
I
super
use,
easy process.
Like the old-fashioned ice cube trays, olive oil, and then the spinach and a little food processor,
No,
and then
basil.
Yeah, sorry, spinach. You could do that with spinach, though.
You can do it with any
herb. Right.
Oregano I get a lot of, so I can do it with that as well. Kim, how often do you need to feed the tomato plants?
Every 3 weeks if you're using the tomato tone. And
Yeah.
I just set an alarm on my phone for when.
Every 3 weeks?
Yeah.
She has 1 day a week that she fertilizes everything though.
It just got done
Wednesdays.
today.
Oh, you were late. Jamie, where can I get ornamental cabbage?
In the fall, you can get a lot of it. Like they sell it where they sell mums. The only place I've ever found it, if you live anywhere near us, is Milliger's up in Racine. So you can plant the seeds for it. Just Google where to get the seeds, and that should be good.
Erica wanted to know, can you plant carrots this late? My peas are done and I want to fill that spot with something that will give us, still give us something to harvest.
I planted carrots probably about a week ago, and they are coming up. So, but I put them in a spot that's a little bit shadier so that they're not in the.
Okay, and then Mary, how often do you fertilize your container plants and tomatoes? Miracle Grow, Full Strength, or diluted?
I don't use Miracle Grow this year. I'm using the Proven Winners, and my tomatoes I'm using the Espoma tomato tone. Oh my gosh.
Okay, crisis averted. Hi. Judy, what is the latest you have planted your vegetables?
June? Well, no, because we continue planting. Like, I want to plant another round of cucumbers and another round of green beans. So, I mean, sometime in July would probably be my cutoff for normal things, but then I can plant like carrots and what else? Peas,
Radishes if you wanted to.
radishes, spinach,
Lettuce,
lettuce.
arugula.
Yep.
To Aunt Sue, hi ladies and Cash. I have hydrangea bushes, old wood, that are about 20 years old. They have leaves every year, but lately no flowers. Any suggestions?
So, I've heard that hydrangeas don't like a lot of fertilizer, and I've heard that they do like a lot of fertilizer. So I don't know if you've tried fertilizing, but maybe try that. And like I told you guys the last time, I used that flower tone from Espoma for the first time around my hydrangea out there that I told it was gonna get thrown away.
Get dead. He's gonna get dead.
No, I was gonna bring it to the backyard and plant it somewhere, but it's magnificent. So I don't know if it has anything to do with that flower tone, but if it does, you need to buy it by the
Talk
case.
dirty to it and fertilize it.
Yeah, tell it you're gonna take it out.
Sharon, wait, do you have a sweatshirt on in summer? Yes, it's only like 68 right now. I am thin-skinned. I'm just always cold.
I think it's perfect, but she's cold.
Courtney, I'm loving your garden TikToks.
Oh, thanks.
Mary Jean, do you get a mazel basil from seed or starts?
No, starts, but they do have a seed.
It wasn't a mazel basil. It was some other kind
But
of
I
basil.
think it's supposed to be like that.
But we always get them as starts.
Pesto basil. Yeah. Pesto basil, Proven Winners has seeds. But I didn't plant, I bought them, but I didn't plant them because I found the mazel basil, so.
Just sprinkle them in somewhere. Terry, do you use Miracle Grow? No, not this year. She has in the past, so
Yes.
we
In
never
my
used
flowers.
it. Right, we never used it in the vegetable garden. And P.S. I love every project you do. We're having a hard day today. I don't think he slept yesterday or the day before. So, Diane, how are your zinnias doing? I had to plant them 3 times to get a few. Okay, hey.
Yeah,
Show
me
where.
too. It's been, like normally by now I have bouquets and I have lots of flowers, and I had to buy some little flat of them to get some, and they're small, so I don't know. It's been hard because of the rabbits.
Okay, I fixed it. Diane. Oh, okay, so we got that one. Inherited Stitches. How do you feel about English style ornamental gardens?
Well, that's like, is that like a cottage garden, or is that more like the boxwoods?
More formal?
I think any garden is beautiful.
Yes.
But this fits me because it's kind of like, you know, it's not in perfect order.
Sporadic, kind of.
Yeah, just throw it up in the air and wherever it lands, it's good.
Long Dog Stitcher. Priscilla, your hair looks beautiful
Oh
out
my
in the
goodness.
garden. What about mine? Just kidding. Vicky Neal, what direction does the front of your house face?
Well, the sun sets over that way, and it rises that way.
That's
So,
east.
so which way does the house face?
East, he said.
Face southeast.
Southeast?
Southeast.
We don't know.
Diane, Cash should be in my room at the church where I work. Have any Play-Doh? We have Play-Doh at home. Okay. Firecracker Mom, how hot does it get in your area? Cash's birthday was 92 or something.
We do
like
get
that.
in the hundreds sometimes,
Not frequently, but
like 101
90s.
or yeah.
90s.
And we've had like 4 stretches of like a week-long 90s for this summer. The spring, it really hit us hard because it took away a lot of like the spring flowers because it got so hot that they just, like the irises and things.
Janelle wants to know, can I plant some zinnia seeds now?
Sure.
Girl, do what you want to do.
They take like 55 to 65 days, so that what would that be, like the end of September, middle September?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. I just planted some a couple weeks ago.
Georgianne, my zinnias have been dinner for a rabbit, and I now put fencing around my zinnias bed and hope it's not too late to put more seeds in. Same.
The bad thing for me though is I have them in like 50 different areas where I can't like fence them all, so.
Teresa Louise wanted to let us know the sun sets in the west, rises in the east.
Yes, I know that, but I don't know.
Well, you always take a picture out that way with your cup
Right,
in the
but
sun.
it's like an angle.
Southeast. Okay, I'm
You
gonna.
sure that's not northeast?
Yeah, north is. That
No,
way.
north would be that way. No, you're right.
We don't know where we live. And what's your favorite variety of zinnias?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. Oh well, no, the queen limes, like the queen lime blush and the queen lime. I had all those seeds this year, and I probably will not get one flower from them because the rabbits ate them all. I didn't buy expensive ones the second and
She's
third
not
time.
salty about the rabbits at all, guys.
No, especially the one that just ran by over there.
Mandy, where did you get your tall shepherd's hook? The one, it's this one right over here.
At a craft show a long, long time ago.
A lot of people always ask about that, so we got to find somebody to make them for us. Sharon, are your neighbors jealous of your garden? That's a really funny thing. So she's in competition with the guy across the street.
I'm not in competition.
What did you say? He came over. He said he's 78 or he's gonna be 78. He's gonna be 78. But if she's out there, his wife is telling him that he needs to get out there and plant the stuff. And oh, she's already got her baskets, or she's already got her pumpkins. It's all in fun. All in fun. But he's like,
a lot of people that walk by there. We don't have a sidewalk on our side of the street, but across the street they have a sidewalk, and a lot of people will walk by. And if I'm out there, they'll yell across the street how pretty it is, and that they love to walk by and things like that. So it's very nice.
yes. Rana, do you have hummingbirds this year? I have a
Yes.
bunch.
Hmm.
I've only seen one.
Especially out right in front of the living room window.
Did you, Diane wanted to know if you have any solar fountains. Any fountains, she has a solar one.
Do I have a fountain? No, I don't have any fountains.
That sounds interesting though. Yeah, go mow the lawn.
Yeah, what is that? What is that? What is this?
Do you have to have a plug though? You can mow it. Inherited stitches. Do you have garden flags? If so, how many and which ones?
I only have one, and I think it's got a cow on it. I used to have just the American flag on there, and then Chelsea had one that was a cow, and she gave it to me, so it's a cow.
It's
I haven't bought another American flag because they get faded after a while.
yeah.
You can't see it though because there's 100 hydrangeas in
7,000
front of it.
plants on it. Brenda, do your neighbors know you have a YouTube channel?
I don't think so.
No. Thank you, Share Bear. No plug. It has a tiny pump on the bottom. It's all solar, so that'd be
Wow.
something that would be fun to have.
Right, but then it would get all gunked up, and we'd have to clean it.
We're not big on clean. This kid is just moody. Do you want to come say hi to your friends? Okay, open it. Solar powered. Okay, so I asked that because she bought some solar powered, beautiful lights. You know those like Edison bulb looking
Patio
lights.
lights, yeah.
And then she gets it, and there's a plug as well. So, and then she'd have to drag the plug across the thing and.
So
Tammy, hi. Wait, Tammy. I think it was. Come here, Cash. I need to show them something. Come here, real quick. Just come here.
No, they want to see your shirt.
Oh, okay. I think you made this for him, right? Okay. He's obviously very happy to wear it. In typical fashion. Oh gosh. Okay. It's in a 50-gallon
Cash,
pond, and
can
you just
poop
rinse
your
it
pants?
off.
You're quieter when you're pooping.
Ew! Don't say that because he hasn't gone today. Joseph. All right. Beatrice wanted to know: did you grow the cabbages from seed, and do you know
No.
the type?
No, I did not grow them from seed. So last year, Chelsea grew me a bunch from seed. Plus, I put seeds in my planters, and they grew. And then I bought the same things from Milligers last year too.
It's a flower shop near
But
us.
this year, I just bought them because Chelsea couldn't do any seeds, and I didn't buy any of those seeds. I don't know why. Maybe I couldn't find them with all the seed shortages.
Yeah, I don't think you ordered them off then. Marianne, do your neighbors know you're a celebrity? No.
We are.
We are. Do you see what's going on right now? Joanne, what are the drop-in plants?
Oh yes, I was gonna bring one to show you.
Do we have any close?
I don't think so. No. All right, you come here. I'll go get one.
I'll supervise the camera. Hello. Kimberly is mortified at this live video. All we need is the dog to bite me and it'll be complete. All right, she's gonna get a drop in. Yes, he is a whole mood today. Transition days are always hard. Today is one of the transition days, so it's just always
This is a drop-in.
right here. Ready refill, it says.
Okay. Take them out of this pot and plant it.
Turn it around so they can see, because it says proven winners right on there, so it's all proven winners
Okay,
plants in there.
But Lowe's and both Home Depot have these, but some of them are not proven winners, and I can't recommend those. I would only buy the proven winners ones because we know how they do.
Yeah.
But I'll take this, and then I just stick this into a bucket or a pot.
There's a compass app you can get for your phone.
I'm sure I have it. Sorry.
Here.
Like, I can't think, seriously.
Crystal, I'm coming to the retreat in September. We can't wait to see you. Bring your Starbucks.
Yep.
Listen, we're allowed to the front of the line. We can't be late to the class because everybody's there. So I found a dead bunny and thought of Priscilla. Thank you.
Can you come here and make that happen in my yard? Oh my gosh, somebody wrote on my Facebook page that she had a dream that I was taking her to go to the DMC plant to buy up all the DMC, and I got into a plane and said I knew how to fly the plane, and she got into.
She got in there with you?
Yeah.
She has a lot of trust. She barely knows how to drive a car.
I would not talk.
Kimberly said
My back still hurts from that curb.
I did hit a curb the other day. Really good too.
When we fell off of it, my back like jarred.
She lost her phone. It was a lot. Yep. Kimberly said she's just counting how many times you say poop. Lisa, it's hard. Yes, it's very hard. Marcy, do you leave it in the pot? Yes, she does. Or you can plant
Sometimes I take them out and plant them. Other times I just, like all my galvanized buckets, I just slap it in there.
Yes. Slap
And
it.
You just got to make sure you fertilize them and they'll be perfect.
Hi, Daisy. Mary Jean at the retreat. Super excited. Super excited. All right, Sheila. Oh, Sheila, what kind of hollyhock is that?
So I'm not sure because I bought it on clearance at
It's
Lowe's
dead.
last year.
Deader than dead.
It's not dead.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
When she bought it, it was dead.
But it was like, what, $2 or $4? And I was like, I'm going to try it because I've tried hollyhocks before and I've never had any success. But behind me one popped up because I planted 2 other ones back there, and one popped up and it's blooming, and I have a black one out here, but there's something called rust that hollyhocks get, and my black one has rust.
Yeah, it looks like pumpkin leaves is what it looks like now. The proven winners plants are amazing. We agree. Daisy, where's Cash? You just missed him. He went inside with Papa. He's been having a moment. So
He had like a half an hour. It wasn't a moment.
Michelle, how many pumpkins do you buy for your yard?
As many as I can fit in the car. It's usually right around 100.
Stitching with the Sisterlies said these garden lives are the best. Whew, girl. I have a really hard time with directions in my area too. Yeah, well, us too. All right. Go to Famous Dave's restaurant while on retreat in Greenwood, Indiana. We used to have a Famous Dave's up here in Pleasant Prairie. They closed and now it's El Camino or something. Yes.
I got the dog.
Debbie, do you have any luck with poppies? She's never tried them.
No, I have never grown them.
What? Okay, Anshaw, how do you rejuvenate your dead plants rescued from Lowe's?
So that one, I just planted in the ground and kept it watered. I don't think it was watered. And it looked okay. And then in the winter, I noticed it was still alive. And then, oh my gosh, the hollyhocks on it, it was amazing. Now they're starting to be just like at the top, but.
Yeah, they're still very pretty.
And there was a bunch of seeds on it, so I took them and I scattered them around the yard in places, so hopefully some will grow. They probably won't because the rabbits or somebody will eat them.
Oh my, somebody just said maybe they can give tips for cutting the lawn without breaking the house windows. Nope. You just gotta be careful. Don't run over the rocks.
Right.
Sharon, I'm sure somebody's already asked, but how many hours do you garden? You have a beautiful garden.
Probably 2 hours a day right now. I need to do more because there's a lot of weeds, but that's about all I can do is about 2 hours a day.
Jamie, we have hollyhocks growing wild up and down our block, covering all the chain link fences.
Wow. Where do you live?
Yeah, that's amazing.
They're so pretty.
Patsy, what's the best time of year to plant hydrangeas?
I would say the spring, but if not the spring, I've planted them in the fall and I've had good luck with that too.
Yes, you just don't want it super, super hot.
And what you have to remember is like the first year you plant
It's okay.
they, what is it, sleep, creep, and then leap the third year.
Yeah, so your first, I think with any perennial, when you're putting it in the ground, the first year, and you want it to be, is focused mostly
they
on
don't grow.
it, because they're doing all their growing underground. So they're establishing roots. You want to just make sure you keep them watered, that they have plenty of room to grow. So if you're planting a tree, you need to make sure that that hole is big enough. Same with, some of your vegetable plants too. When you first put them in, you want to pinch off some of the blooms so that they can focus on putting their energy into the root system, because you'll have a stronger plant. And like if you get a windstorm or something, it's not going to blow down your whole thing.
But then
So just know that.
the second year, then they grow a little bit. But then the third year, they'll really put on growth.
Diane wanted to know, is most of your yard in the sun?
Yes.
Okay, keep going. Amy, what do you do with all your pumpkins once the season is over?
So for, 3 or 4 years, we had a lady that came and picked them up for her animals. But this year, she didn't. How did I get rid of, I paid somebody to take them this year, didn't I?
Yeah, so typically what she first did was she put an ad on Craigslist or something.
Free pumpkins.
Yeah, and just said free pumpkins, and they came to get it for their livestock.
And then they went to Chelsea's house too, and because she lived up by Chelsea.
She's like, oh, I live in Burlington. She lived a
I
2-minute
passed her
drive.
house every time I went
a
to
2-minute
hers.
drive. So she came to get mine as well, and then she did that for a few years.
And then last year she didn't answer the emails.
Yeah. So
So
I think we're gonna do that same thing this year
I paid a landscape guy, like $10,
or something.
$20, and he took them all.
Inherited stitches. Why do lilac bushes take so long to grow?
Gosh, I have no idea. I used to have lilacs, but we took those out a few years ago because they were looking really old and they just were not like shaped right. And then I had a couple of those Korean lilacs, but I took those out for hydrangeas. So,
Yes.
Because my vanilla strawberry hydrangea got so big that they were like shrouded by it. So I don't have any more.
Stitches the Sass. Any recommendations on how to get my hostas to multiply a little more each year? Right now, I only get about 2 offspring.
Wow. I don't-
Hostas run wild here.
Yeah. They get so big. Mine are,
She divides them all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't.
yeah, I don't know what I would do different that you're not doing, but maybe your weather's different.
Yeah. Marianne, what do you get rid of moles? The dog. Oh, that was voles. You had voles.
I've never had moles, so I don't know about
No.
that.
She has a fenced in
I
yard,
think
which is
that they,
typical.
well, if you watch Garden Answer, she uses some stuff called Mole Max, because she has them, and they dig up her yard and everything. But I've never had them, so I don't know. I just have bunnies.
Sharon, what time do you start your work in the garden? Then go into cross stitch. Don't know how you do it all, but I'm glad you do.
I usually, I get up like at 5, and I try to come out and water at like 6:30, so that I get it done early, and then I go shower and everything after I finish my work, and then I start back in the other work.
Yeah. Penny, do you stake your zinnias?
No. I don't have that problem with those. My sunflowers, I lost one the other day. But no.
Ruthie wanted to know, why do my tomatoes get blossom rot? So I think that's a lack of calcium.
Or the watering is not
Consistent enough. We talked about this in the beginning, that they
Mm-hmm.
like deep watering, less frequent but deeper.
We don't deal with that much.
No.
I mean, like occasionally we'll have one or two, but it's not like I'm finally starting to get some cherry tomatoes, and Chelsea picked my first zucchini today. I've got big cucumbers, and I do have a bunch of green beans ready to pick.
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh, onions. We used a couple of the onions the other day. They were really good.
Yeah. Melita, the witch's coleus you have in the front, is that a full sun plant?
It's sun or shade. I have it back here where it's more shady, and then I have it out there. Well, no, the porch is probably more shady than they're all. I think I have 3 of them.
They do really well.
They're all really pretty. I love
Alone
it.
in Connecticut stitching. Hi, can you do a live floss tube?
Maybe someday.
Yeah, we're working up to that. We're trying to figure out this before we jump
Yeah.
to that. This is easier where we're just talking. Firecracker, did your mom also garden when you were growing up?
Me?
Yeah.
No, she did not. My dad did.
They had a greenhouse attached to the house, right? Is that what
Yep.
it's called?
Yep.
They did more vegetables.
Yeah, we had a huge vegetable garden. Our vegetable garden was probably as
What
big
did
as
you
this.
complain about having to? She had to go pull a bucket of weeds. That was her
Yeah.
chore. Before she was allowed to do anything, she'd have to pull a bucket of weeds.
A bucket. A bucket.
Like,
And I can remember
and now she does it for fun.
when it was going to frost, we had to go out there and pick all the tomatoes. We had to wrap them all in newspaper, and they canned a bunch of stuff and made pickles and all that. Yeah,
Amy,
it was a lot.
do you plant mums in the fall? If so, do you plant them or keep them in the pots?
I keep them in the pots. I don't plant them in the ground. I do have some that are, I brought them home from my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's in Connecticut. They're like a peach color, and they look like a peach daisy. And those are perennial, and I have them like in 5 or 6 different places.
Annie, do the deer eat your plants?
We don't really have deer. In the spring sometimes we'll find like piles of deer poop in the yard, and then my tulips are gone. But other than that, and they've maybe eaten a hosta, one hosta. But we don't really deal with them.
Not a huge thing.
We're like in the middle of a neighborhood.
Japanese beetles.
Oh yeah, they're here.
So I usually put those steak things out, and then you just take a little Tupperware with soapy water in it and just
Yep.
put them in there. I remember last
I
year they
use a
were all
Ziploc
over my
bag.
zinnias. They were killing me.
I use a Ziploc bag. I put water in it with the soap, and then I scoop them into there, and then I zip it and throw it away.
Linda, have you ever rooted your hydrangeas? I have. So I've taken cuttings of hers and put them.
No, but didn't we just shovel them? Like the Incredibles and the Annabelle hydrangeas, they spread out, so you can take a shovel and dig out part of the plant like a hosta and take it
Divide
to
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
because
can do that.
some of mine over here and the ones over by the garage, my neighbor across the street gave me.
Do you have any rhododendron?
Rhododendrons.
Rhododendrons.
I planted 2 of them, and they didn't come back after the winter.
So nope, canceled. No to the rhododendrons. We face southeast.
This sounds too much like rodent, right?
Next for the questions. Patricia, you took him inside. How do you get rid of poison ivy? I think he's listening through here, so he knows when I'm answering.
I don't
questions.
have poison ivy. The bad thing that I have is stinging nettles.
Wait, people have poison ivy in their yards?
Yeah, Uncle Barry does.
Like, where does it come from?
Like
I
just
thought that's like
grows.
in the woods.
Well, how did I get that stinging nettles?
I didn't know that that was a poison.
Well, if this dog got touched by it, I think it would affect her.
Oh.
Don't you remember when I got touched by it the first time? And I was like, oh my god, my leg went numb. And
Stitches, Costa Rica.
if you don't know what that is, Google it.
Yeah, you get tingly.
It's in my raspberries, and my leg went numb because I had brushed up against it when I was pulling weeds.
Did you ever plant strawberries, specifically the blue ones?
I don't have any blue strawberries, no, but I have strawberries out there, yes.
They make blue strawberries?
I haven't seen any.
I haven't seen blueberries. She used to have. I have blueberry bushes and troughs, but strawberries, no. Deborah, how do you apply snail killer? Is it okay for all plants? They're like these granulated pellets. They look like gerbil food or something. And
Right.
you just sprinkle around at the base of your plant.
Or you put
Snails are
beer
disgusting.
in a little flat dish and let them fall in there,
Yeah.
which I
So
did
what-
that back here because I'm afraid to put that stuff down because
The
it
kitty.
says it's not safe for animals.
The kitty wet food dishes, she had some of those, and we just dug a hole in the ground and filled it with beer and put the can in it so it was level, and then they would try to, because they're alcoholics, they would try to go for the beer and then die.
No, they like the smell of it.
It was a joke. They know that snails aren't
No,
alcoholics.
but I had them on the hydrangeas right over here really bad, and I picked off a bunch of them, and then I put the beer down because I didn't want the pellets out here with the dogs.
Camille has an acre of poison ivy.
Oh my gosh! Ew.
I'd move.
Can you use weed killer on it?
I don't know. Singing nettle hurts for hours, yes. Donna, do you have fruit and or pecan trees? We used to have apple trees right here.
I don't think pecan trees would. I think it gets too cold here. Those are down south. We're in Illinois,
Illinois.
almost on the Wisconsin border.
We had apple trees. The boys would
13.
take the apples and just whip them. They would all have apple fights back and forth with the old neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Do
parenting
you
at
remember
its
when
finest.
Julia was going to be in the pageant and one of them hit her in the head?
No. Why are you laughing?
Because it could only be our kids.
Right. They were grounded after that. They had to write an apology note. Just, jeez. Deborah, do your hydrangeas bloom more than once a year? She had a few drinks. That's why she's laughing. Just kidding.
So, no, because they bloom just the one time and the blooms stay the whole year.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you could cut them and they bloom more. Oh.
Well, so they say that Annabelle's bloom on new wood and that you can cut them and that more will come. But I don't know that. I do not know that.
Alexia says you can rent goats to eat poison ivy. Well, I'm going to get
Oh.
in that business. If you got a whole acre of it, you can hit me up. I'll send you some goats. Hi, Corey.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Don't they get sick?
I don't know. Maybe not. Cheryl, my sister has poison ivy all over. I had no idea. No idea.
You didn't go to
We
Connecticut.
okay. I have stinging nettles. We had to dig up the rhizomes to get rid of them.
Where do they come
Going
from?
to try a mixture of vinegar, salt, and dish soap for weeds. Heard it works well and it's
Yes,
organic.
it does work.
Yeah, I've done that. It
Just-
has to be super sunny and super hot.
Right, it has to be over 70 degrees, preferably over 80.
Yeah. Ooh.
And you could just use plain vinegar and it'll work. But don't spray it on your plants because your plants will die.
Goats are really expensive to hire.
Oh,
That is definitely my business then. I got them half price. My 8-year-old son wants to know if you're holding a dog or a cat. Cat, dog, cat, dog, cat. Oh, that's not the song. Dog, that's Piper. A little rat doggy. I didn't know
the
that.
cat's in the house.
I have 20 acres and I have poison ivy. I have never heard of this. Obviously, I don't garden enough.
Yeah, but it's probably like wooded areas where you get it. I mean, if we went for a walk in our woods, we would have poison ivy.
I don't know about that. All right. Charlene, is your dirt that rich or do you add soil? I live in South Carolina and our dirt is red clay and very dense.
Okay, so we don't have red clay. We have regular clay that's like sand colored and...
She's worked on her garden for years and years and years. This isn't something that happened overnight. So
Right.
you just need to take note in that when you're trying to, I mean, it's supposed to be inspiration, yes, but it's not supposed, you can't recreate it unless you're a millionaire tomorrow. So this is something that takes time. She's, I mean, worked with her soil for years.
And if you plant a lot of stuff in pots, it's really helpful.
Right.
Maybe move that chair over by you and stick her on that chair.
So I think it's about to rain or something because the dog's going nuts. Life's so crazy. Are there any hydrangeas that can take full sun all day or almost all day? And also the opposite, can any take full shade all day?
So I don't know about the full shade all day, unless you're maybe in the south, maybe that could. But I have Incrediballs, Limelights, Little Limes, Bobos in full sun.
Yeah.
And that Endless Summer one, Bloomstruck, full sun. Vanilla Strawberry, full sun. But if you're like in the south where it's 90 degrees every day, all summer long, I don't think that they can take full sun. I think you need morning sun and afternoon shade. So all of it depends on where you live, and you should probably check with like your local nursery and ask them. But for me here in the Midwest, zone five, I have, like I said, Incrediballs, the Endless Summers, the Vanilla Strawberry, Limelights, Little Limes.
They're eating your corn.
My corn's as tall as the trellis out there now.
She's so excited about it. Patrice, planted my first dahlias this year. Priscilla, have you ever tried growing them?
I've had a couple that went into pots, but they weren't like exceptional. But I would love some of those big dinner plate ones, but you got to stake them and everything, so maybe someday.
Kelly wanted to know, are
Do
your...
bunnies eat dahlias?
Oh, I don't know. The neighbor who competes with her has beautiful dahlias, the dinner plate ones. It's like a friend. I'm not saying it's a friendly competition.
There's no competition.
Kelly, are your hydrangeas by proven winners?
Most of them, yes. The Vanilla Strawberry is not. That's a first editions plant. And the Bloomstruck is from Endless Summer. But everything else, proven winners. And there's a lot.
Renee, when you use fish emulsion for fertilizer, how do the dogs do? Mine don't want to leave it alone.
Did we have a problem with that?
Mm-mm.
I haven't fertilized my vegetables yet. I need to. I've just done the tomato tone. But I bought the bag of garden tone by Espoma, and then we have the fish fertilizer here, and I said to her, I said, which one should I do? And we just haven't done it.
Fish emulsion.
I thought about today after I finished with my flowers that I would do it, but...
Denise, I bought some super Petunias and I was out of town for the weekend. Now they look like they're dead, kind of. Will they pull out of it, or do I need to just pull them out? I didn't water them. I didn't water them. You water them.
Yeah, water. You got to keep them watered. And if it's really hot, maybe put something in front of them so it's a little bit shady.
Ginny says it looks like Roundy's smiling. She looks like a wackadoodle. Super Petunias on clearance at my Lowe's for $2. Amy, where are you? We're driving.
I bought some at ours for $2, but they were the yellow ones. And that's probably my least favorite.
Any ripe tomatoes yet?
Yep, the small ones.
What time of day? Once Upon a Stitch wanted to know, what time a day do you water?
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning. Joy, are your gardens set up on a drip irrigation or do you hand water?
No, everything's water with a hose.
The Wisconsin, do Super Petunias come in red?
Yes.
It's like a paradise.
It's right behind you. The middle,
fuchsia.
cherry. No, the middle one is cherry.
Cherry.
Some kind of cherry. Plus there's a plain red too.
Sally, do you wrap your hydrangeas in the winter?
Nope.
Only 4 of 8 of mine came back.
Nope, I don't.
Vicky, what kind of salvia was it?
Rockin' blue suede shoes. And what's the other one?
Purpley, wurpley.
No, the other.
It's a purple one.
No, but I have the other blue one too.
Oh.
And I have the purple one. And I bought a pink one too. I think it's fuchsia. And it didn't have any blooms on it when we did the garden tour, but now it's getting blooms and it's really pretty. And they have a
Yes,
new
it does.
fuchsia one coming out next year.
Jenna, do you water everything at the bottom of the plant, or does anything get watered overhead?
I try not to water overhead, but sometimes.
With the hose.
Yeah. I'll like be
We're not-
pulling weeds over here and then it's like, ah!
We're not perfect.
And I have a hose that knots more than, I probably walk 5 miles just unkinking it.
Hello from France. Is Ronnie sleeping? She's
Maybe.
Just got her.
She was snoring a little.
Made a mock apple crisp with zucchini. Unbelievably good. You need to try it. That's my eye is like twitching right now. This is awful. He needs Benadryl. Sleepy time. Yes. Darlene, did you weigh down those urns or just soil and plants?
So I did not weigh them down, and I have a problem with one of them because the ornamental cabbage has gotten so heavy that it's fallen over twice or 3 times. So I should have maybe put something in the bottom of it. But I
Yeah.
do have another one over here that I did put a big flat rock in the, like, underneath. There's that, what's that grass stuff called? Oh, cocoa fiber. Underneath that, I put a rock because it tipped over too.
Donna, what's the distance in your cattle panels that you bend, and how do you keep them in place? It's about
5
3
feet?
feet.
3?
Yeah, it's about 3.5 feet between them. Do you guys see that?
What was it?
My eye twitching.
Oh.
You can put it at any distance. So we did cut down the panels, I think by 2 squares on one of the ends.
But the one in the back, we didn't cut down. Okay.
But the front ones we did cut down too. So it just depends. You can make it any size that you want. Just get some big wire cutter. They're bolt cutter
What about the
things.
ones behind us? Were those cut down too?
Yep, all
Okay.
of the ones that we did were cut down except for that one because we didn't have the cutters. What's the difference between regular basil and a mazel basil?
So 2 of my regular basils, with all that rain that we got, already had to be pulled out. But my mazel basil is all doing amazing. So it grows bigger. It doesn't, the flavor doesn't change in it when it gets flowers on it like normal basil. It doesn't get that powdery mildew, whatever they call it. So it's just a better thing. A higher quality plant.
Renee, Chelsea, if I remember right, you grew kakuzi gourd squash. Did you use it like zucchini? I think you're talking about the tromboncinos. And those, okay. And those are, I mean, I used it like a regular zucchini, but you can also, Mom planted them this year on one of her trellises.
And I have a blossom.
You can also dry, like wait till they're dry on the plant, I guess is what it's called. They
And then you
turn like
store 'em for the winter?
a light brown color, kind of like a squash. All right, Veronica, how did you learn to grow such a beautiful garden?
Just trial and error. I make a lot of mistakes along the way, but
Kingdom Pro Wash, who do you hire to keep your garden so nice?
Said Tanner.
Yes. You, $10 an hour. Can I buy some frozen goat milk? Oh, Renee, I don't really have goats. I'm just going to get in the business because we can rent them out apparently. There's a calling
poison
for
ivy.
it. Daisy said, what did I miss? Oldest grandson called, so I had to take his call. You should have put him on with us. Cash had a monumental meltdown. I think he's inside watching Baby Show now. Stitches, Costa Rica. If you take out the basil flowers regularly, the plant will grow bigger and will last more. Yes, and I recommend when you are when you first put your starts in the ground, or if you have seeds coming up, you need to pinch off the tops to make a bushier plant. So you clip them off right at the leaf node. You'll see 2 new leaves coming out. You clip them off right there, or just pinch them off. Life So Crazy has goats. I'll hire them.
there's a
Deborah.
hummingbird right there
Where?
on the blue stuff.
Oh, I see it. Deborah.
Oh, he's right there.
I came in late. Who is there with you? Me, myself, and I. My boyfriend, Cash, my mom, Piper. We have Ronnie here, and then me. Kathy, or Daisy, my son wants to get miniature ponies.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah, we have in the back of our rental, we have horses that, what do they call it? They just, I mean, they live there.
Yeah, like a stable.
A stable. People board their horses.
And there's pigs there too, right?
There's one pig and a bunch of barn cats. But it's absolutely beautiful in the mornings to go out there and see all of the horses out there. It's just, like, I would love if it were mine. But I also love,
on a farm.
right, but I also love that it's not mine because I don't have to clean up the poop, but I can enjoy their beauty. So that's nice. Diane, do you have canna lilies or elephant ears?
Neither.
Neither, no.
I have-
Stitches of sass and miniature ponies are mean little creatures. They'd fit right in here. They would fit right in.
I'd rather have a monkey.
If you haven't heard the monkey story, go to FlossTube. She had a monkey named Gary. That was in our earlier episodes. Didn't you have a raccoon too? Mm-hmm. And I can't have like another dog or a cat. Camper life, do you only use proven winners?
Well, I bought this other planter and I meant to bring it over here to show you guys the difference between that. I've struggled with this pot since we bought it, and you have to deadhead it, and not only that, but it's like scraggly growing. It doesn't look full like the plants that we just showed you. So I don't know, I just like the colors a lot, and I was easily swayed by the colors.
She just wanted to spend some money that day.
If you're the type of person that buys maybe like 4 plants and you have time to groom those 4 plants and to keep up on top of them, then you probably don't need to buy the proven winners. But for me, for the ease of not having to deadhead and knowing that it's going to make a pretty plant and everything, I prefer to go that way.
You'll have more stitching time if you buy the proven winners.
It's true.
Do you grow pumpkins?
No. No.
You should know that. You lived here. Jeez. Thank you, Daisy. I think so too. Ross's, I purchased Petunias for the first time this year. They have grown so much.
That's good.
Susie,
Yeah, we've had a bunch of people on our
Yes.
Facebook page that have shown theirs,
Yes,
and
we're
they're
so
like,
happy.
oh,
Ray Dunn and Super Petunias. Super Petunias.
and tear
Susie,
trays.
Chelsea, will you ever get chickens again? Yes. Yes. I haven't answered this, but
I did last time.
No. Oh, I did? Okay,
Yeah.
yes. I plan on getting chickens again. Yes. I wasn't able to take them with me. But yes.
And it's kind of hard to ask your landlord.
Right. Can I have 15
Can I
chickens,
put up a
7
chicken coop?
ducks, and 3 dogs? It's like a
They won't make a mess.
So I don't know if none of you are aware of the housing market right now. It's ridiculous. So yes. Just quilty stuff. What type of but yes, I want chickens again. I think it's incredibly important to know where your food is coming from. Plus, they eat a ton of bugs. They're fun to have. They're great pets. Yes. Every time I buy store-bought eggs, I'm like, ugh. Just quilty stuff. What type of fertilizer would you recommend for hanging pots? And do you think the pots with the grassy stray bottoms are better than just a solid regular pot? Do they hold water better?
To me, that would depend on like where you live, your temperatures. I have only 2 of the cocoa fiber bottoms. One of them's right over here on the big tall planter that we always get asked about, and one is out there. So when I water those, I always water the whole bottom of the pot too. I wet it all down, because 2 years ago I didn't, and the whole thing dried out even though I watered it from above. So
Yeah.
I soaked the whole thing down. And I don't have any problems with my plastic pots, and you can't see them anyway because the plants get so big that they cover them. So I don't buy the expensive ones.
Jenna says you can stitch more if you only buy 4 more plants. 4 plants. Yes, that's true too. Why does Piper sound like Daffy Duck? That's Ronnie. Does he have a brother or a single uncle? No. Veronica, are you on an acre of land? Your garden looks enormous.
No.
Quarter?
Isn't it half?
Maybe half. She's on a corner lot, which makes it look a lot bigger
So
too.
our backyard is about 10 feet. Oh, there he is.
Huh? Okay, he's coming. You want to say hi to your friends? Stitching with the Sisterly says Cheryl has chickens and I know where the eggs come from and what those fowls eat. So nope. Yeah, we're
Oh, she won't eat that.
No. They eat. Yeah, but come on. You can
kinda
use
that
a
way,
diaper in your with a slit at the bottom of your liners to help retain water. Oh.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I'm in zone 6B in the mountains and my hydrangeas cannot tolerate full sun all day, too dry, but Illinois is humid, so maybe that's why yours can tolerate the sun all day. Yeah.
Well, we don't have humidity all the time. I don't know if it's that or if we just don't get those like 90-degree temperatures for
Yeah.
the whole summer.
Oh.
I mean, when we do get them, I definitely water a lot. A lot.
It's closing into 8 o'clock. We'll keep taking questions if there are some. That was the last question I had to. Alva said happy birthday to Cash. She's from Ingleside. That's close to us.
Yep.
Our plans for this coming week. Do we have anything? So floss tube normal day on Saturday. Are we well or city water?
City.
To the 550 people watching, hit the like button.
That's right.
Hit the like button. You tell them. Chickens I had years ago and saw them eat a mouse, so I'm there with you. Yes, they will. Heather wants to know what's your water bill. Ours is so high in the summer.
It's a lot. I'm afraid to open it.
And she takes just a quick shower. Just like, Ruthie, happy birthday, Cash. My birthday twin, happy belated birthday. Veronica, have you ever had anyone steal your plants? No.
No.
Don't you all be thinking about that either.
No.
Garden tours, $5.
No.
Heather North, worth it for the beautiful yard. Yes, that's true. Firecracker, have you ever thought of coming down under? Would love to show you around New Zealand.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, and it would be fun.
Find a cross-stitch shop that wants us to come. We'll be there.
Just shower under the water hose while watering the
Right.
garden. There you
Kind of
go.
cold.
To get one of those little shower nozzles.
Yeah. It would be really cold.
The next tour will be in. Are the bunnies still alive?
Yeah, one just ran across over there
Yep.
while we were doing this. Ronnie's over there just...
She's going blind, so you can't even blame her. This girl. She's going blind, a little deaf. She's good. She's the goodest girl.
Mm-hmm.
Come play in Australia too. Okay. All right, we are going to close it up. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Sorry we had no poop accidents for you this time. Sorry about the meltdown. We gave him pizza. I thought he was going to be good to go. We love you guys all. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you on Saturday, normal time, early afternoon. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.